प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः।
ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. We are studying the Bhagavad Gita with Shankar's commentary, and yesterday we studied up to Shloka 30 of the second chapter, and the whole context was from Shloka 11, the view of the Brahmajna, a man of perfection, a man of full real knowledge, how he sees things, that is the description. And implication is, as Shankara has shown, he is telling Arjuna that, and all of us, that we should adopt that view which the Jnanis have. And with that view, we will not have any source of grief or depression. That was the point. Now, Arjuna has talked many things on the lower or relative plane. So, Bhagavan wants to make the reply so comprehensive that Arjuna should not feel that he is on this plane and I am talking from some plane in the heaven. So he comes to that relative plane and tells him there also that your withdrawal is not correct, and your thinking of Papa and Punya also is not correct. See, think properly. Because of his shoka and moha, he was not able to think properly. So the highest view is shown where this shoka and moha does not come at all. Now after that, when the mind has become quite cool, now is showing from the relative plane also how you should think. There is no place of depression or thinking of pap punya as you are thinking. You are thinking wrongly, all complete wrong. So comprehensive illumination is to be given. Arjuna should not feel that on the lower plane the view will be different. No. On the lower plane also, if properly thought, the view will not be different. So this relative plane he brings now, and as a part of that, he starts from something which is a smooth stepping into the relative plane. That is, ideal has been told, and Arjuna's thinking today is not like that. Arjuna was confused about what is his way to goal. He was sure of his goal, though not very clear about it. So that has been made clear. But Arjuna also was thinking, what is my way of reaching that goal? Shishyasteham shadimam tam prapannam. I am confused about my way of life. So starting from that way of life, he is bringing the mind down to the relative plane. That is the place of the Shloka 31. Swadharmamapi chaveksha na vikampitum dharmayadhi yuddhat shreyonnat kshatriyasya na vidyate api swadharmam api cha aveksha. That means from the Jnani's point of view, I have shown you that going away from war is incorrect. Now, from the Swadharma point of view also, remember, Arjuna has used the word Swajana, Swajana, Swajana. One side. Second side, Kula Dharma, Jati Dharma. Now, in reply to all of that, Bhagavan is telling Swadharma, your way to truth. Your way to truth. That means, Swadharma, your way to truth. Swadharma, your way to Dharma. 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 Swadharma, your way to Dhar your way to spiritual progress. That is the only view which we should adopt. Not that Kula Dharma and Jati Dharma. And Swa should not be applied to Swajana, which causes attachment. So should be applied to Dharma, your way. So he starts that even seeing, considering the point of view of your own Dharma. Your own Dharma means for all of us, duty. Our respective duty, according to Varnashrama or whatever it may be, our allotted duty, our duty which becomes fixed due to the nature of our mind. So that is called Swadharma. So what is Arjuna's Swadharma? He Kshatriya. And Kshatriya Swadharma is to do his duty by the country, by God, by religion. That is the only consideration. That is Kshatriya's duty. And Arjuna is a real Kshatriya. He wants to do his duty, but he had become confused. So Krishna now pulls him down and says, see that also. Not only that, but see this also. Na vikampitum arhasi. You are not fit to shake. You are not fit to change that duty. And what is that duty? Dharma Yuddha. That is another important thing. Kshatriya's duty is not just to fight, go and fight. No, that is not Kshatriya's duty. A righteous war, a war fought for the sake of his country, his duty to people, his duty to God, his duty to his religious life. So that is called Dharma Yuddha, a war which is filled with righteousness. Dharma, filled with righteousness. Yuddhat Shreyo Annat. Shreya means one thing, Shreya means ultimate benefit, which is moksha. Or Shreya means good, better. So, for a Kshatriya, more than the righteous war, there is nothing better. There is nothing which can lead him to his goal of life, or which is nothing better for him than a righteous war. Kshatriyasya na vidyate. Nothing better can be available to a Kshatriya other than the righteous war. Shankar says, ye paramartha tattva pekshayam shoko moho vana sambhavati iti uktam. Up till now, paramartha tattva pekshayam. That means from the point of view of the absolute truth. Paramartha tattva. Apekshayam. Take into consideration that the shok and moh is not allowed, has been told. Iti uktam. Na kevalam paramartha tattva apekshayam eva, but it is not only from that point of view, but from the lower point also. Swadharmam api, swadharma kshatriyasya yuddham. Your own dharma as a kshatriya is war. Api apeksha, seeing that also, tvam na vikampitum prachalitum narharasi. Don't change. Swabhavikat dharmat, atma swabhavyad iti avipraya. That is natural for you. Your nature requires that dharma. And so, from that, you should not change. Tatcha yuddham. And what is that dharma? War. Prithvi jaya dvarena dharmartham prajarakshanartham cha. How it is righteous? Because you will save the earth, Prithvi Rakshana. That means for the sake of the country, you may say. And Praja Rakshanartham, you will save all the people there from their righteous path, they will be sticking to their righteous path. Because you will be protecting them from these evil-minded people. They are leading everybody to unrighteousness. So, for saving the people and the land from the vicious people, it is the Dharma Yuddha. Iti, in this way, Dharmad Anapetam Param Dharma. Anapetam, filled with religion, filled with righteousness. So fully, Param Dharma, supremely righteous, supremely religious. Tasmat Dharmad Yuddhat Shreya Anyat Kshatriyasya Navidyate Yasmat. Better than that, leading to the goal is nothing for a Kshatriya. Yadrichaya chopapannam swargadwaram apavrutam sukhina kshatriya partha labante yuddhamidrisham. Another important point. You have not sought this war. You are not the aggressor. You have not brought about this war for your own sake. It has come upon you. Because of the Duryodhana's folly, seeking to unrighteousness, leading everybody into unrighteousness, that has fallen upon you. It has become your duty now. So, important point he says, Yadrichaya cha upapannam. It has come without your wishing it. You did not wish for war, you wanted peace, but this Duryodhana's madness, ego, unrighteousness has caused this war. So for you, it has fallen upon you. And so, what is that? Related talk, huh? Sargadwaram apavrutam. The Dharma says that if a Kshatriya dies while fighting war, he goes directly to heaven. All his follies will be forgotten. If he dies in this righteous war, he will go to heaven. So open, the heaven's door is open. You are talking of Naraka, Atatai, killing will lead to Naraka and all that. That is wrong. It is open invitation to Swarga. Happy Kshatriyas are they who get such war thrust upon them. You understand? If people join military, not for money, if people join military because that is natural to them, they feel sorry. If there is no war, then they become engaged in mock wars and so many things. But if actually war happens, they are very happy that all our expertise we shall show now. So, happy Kshatriyas are they who get such a righteous war thrust upon them. Idrisham Yuddham. Idrisham means righteous thirst upon them. Kutachatad Yuddham Kartavya Vidhi Uchyate. Why that fighting has become a duty? Yadrachaya cha prarthitaya gomannam agatam. Because you have not sought it and it has come upon you. Swargadwaram apavrutam udghatitam ye tad idrisham yuddham lavante kshatri. They have opened the gates to their heaven, those kshatriyas who get such a war. Hey Partha, kimna sukhina te? Are they not happy if they get such a war thrust upon them, which is a gateway to heaven? Atha chet tumimam dharmam sangramam na karishyasi tatasva dharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi. Arjuna has talked of kirti, papa. I don't know what is my dharma. So to that, Bhagavan is replying from the relative standpoint. Atacha, I have shown you that righteous dharma has been thrust upon you. It is your duty to fight for the sake of righteousness by which you will rise in your consciousness. Such is the truth, relative truth. But even then, if you do not do this war, if you do not fight this war, which is filled with righteousness, then what will happen? First thing, you are not doing your righteous duty. You are blocking your own way to heaven. You are blocking your own way to spiritual progress. And if you think all your good fame, being a real fighter, who have seen this, Arjuna's sense of morality and duty by if the cows were stolen, how we fought. When the Virata's cow was stolen, how we fought. Both at the risk of his life, risk of terrible things happening to him. So, that is your kirti. Even he fought with Shiva. When he went to forest, he went to Himalaya to get some weapon from Shiva. And Shiva tested him by sending a wild boar, and Shiva following in the dress of a hill man, and Arjuna shot an arrow, Shiva shot an arrow, and whose arrow struck that wild boar? So they claimed, Arjuna said mine, he said mine. So Shiva wanted to test him. And that also is your kirti. People know that incident, how valorous you are. Now, all that will collapse. Hitva. Papamavapsyasi. And you are saying even killing Atata will incur pop. But rather, not fighting is going to incur pap. You will incur sin, not by Lupta Pinda and all that, but by not fighting the war. You are what you are getting? Sin. What you are killing? Your Swadharma and Kirti. And what you are getting is sin. Eva kartavyata praptamapi. So that Athachet Shankar translates that though it has become your duty, Athachet Tvam imam dharmyam dharmadanapetam, filled with righteousness, sangramam yuddham nakarishyasi. Sangramam nakarishyasi. That means yuddham, not fighting the war. Chet, if tata tad akarana, by not doing, swadharma you are killing, kirtim you are killing, Mahadevadi Samagama Nimittam. So Shankaracharya is referring to that incident where Arjuna fought with Shiva himself. Such kirti you had attained. Hitva, and you will be destroying that kirti now by not fighting. Kevalam papam apsesi. Only sin is what you will get. And further, relative talk now Bhagavan is bringing down and down and down. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te vyayam sambhavitasya chakirti maranad atirichyate. Api, something more will happen. Bhutani means other beings, other people. Te akirtim api kathayishyanti avyayam. For a long time, for an unending time, they will be telling your infamy. You will become bad person. All your anti-kirti is what they will spread. And you are today Sambhavita. You are a respected man of the society. For such a man, akirti is bad, worse than death. If a man who is honored in this society gets ill fame, death is better than that. So, most relative talk also, Bhagavan shows you should not give up the fighting. न केवलम स्वधर्म कीर्ति परित्याग, not only स्वधर्म and kirti you are giving up, akirtim cha api, the opposite of that also, bhutani, people, kathayisyanti, te avayam dirghakalam, for a very long time, dharmatma shura iti evam adivi gunai sambhavitasya cha, you are respected by people because you are righteous and because you are a hero. For these two things you are famous throughout the country. Akirti marnadati richate, for such a person, akirti is worse than death. Sambhavitasya cha akirti puram maranam ityartha. So death is better than this type of akirti for a respected man. How akirti will come? Bhayadranad uparatam mansyante tvam maharatha yesham chatvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi lagavam. They will not think you went away by compassion. They will think you ran away by fear. That is what they will think. How they will know you had come to compassion and I will not kill and all that? They will see you are run away. So that means by fear you are run away. Maharatha, these big chariot people, great warriors, will think you are run away by fear. And you were great in their eyes, and being such, now you will become very small in their eyes. Kimcha and more, Bhayat, Karna Dibhyo, fear of Karna, etc. Later on we shall find. Some fear had entered Arjuna, because Arjuna said, we don't know will win or not. So, 4 people were there from where Arjuna had a possible chance of defeat. Because of Bhagavan, he did not get that, but there was a chance. Karna, because he is equal to Arjuna in warfare, plus he has the support of the king Duryodhana, but it is doubtful whether Karna was superior or Arjuna was superior. And so the first fear is from Karna. Another thing is there that Karna was born with armor on his body, unbreakable armor, and some protection in his ears also. Indra, Krishna's godfather, went as a yachaka, as a beggar, and sought from him at the time when he would never refuse his ego or whatever, but he was famous for his giving whatever one wants at that time, if it is possible for him, in the morning or whenever he used to do that. So Indra went, and I want something. What do you want? I want your armor and that protection of the ear. So Karna gave him. But then Indra felt he should not do such a big injustice. So he said, I will compensate this taking away of the armor with one power. That provision is there, that power, if you use on anybody, is sure to die. But other provision is that you can use that power only once. So that was a constant fear. It is a different matter that the Lord inspired Ghatotkacha, Bhima's son, and Asura. They have their magical powers to continue the fight in the night. And all the Kaurava army was getting annihilated by him. Night fighting was declared by Dronacharya. But taking the advantage, Krishna said, Gatotkacha, it is your day, you fight now. And Duryodhana begged of Karna, hit your power on that Gatotkacha. He said, that is reserved for Arjuna. Alright, we will all die today. Then where will you fight with Arjuna? So that is how Bhagavan had protected. But at that point, Krishna had, Karna had that power which was Amoga, which will not fail once. So there was fear from Karna. Otherwise, they were equal in warfare. Karna had learned from Parshuram. Then, that was one point. Then Bhishma. Bhishma is the veteran, Arjuna's grandfather. And there was no warrior compared to him in the whole world. Drona, Arjuna's teacher, so he has many weapons in his hand which you do not have. Jayadratha, Duryodhana's brother-in-law, had a boon that one day, other than Arjuna, he will stop all the Pandavas. So, and his father was doing tapasya. What boon was he seeking? If anybody causes that my son's head to fall on the ground, his head will be shattered. That is what Jayadratha's father was praying for. So Arjuna killed Jayadratha, that is the same thing will happen. There again the Lord had told, when the time came, you hit such arrow that his father was sitting with closed eyes. Somewhere, you hit this with such an arrow that it will carry the head which will fall in the lap of that father. Then unknowingly, father will shake his lap and he will cause the death of his son, the head of his son to fall on earth and his head will be shattered. So many tricks Bhagavan had to apply, but otherwise there was fear from these four people specially. Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha and Karna. So here Karna Dibhya is used by Acharya and said, you were afraid of Karna and others, so you ran away. Yuddhat uparatam nivrittam mansyante chintayishyanti. That is how they will think. Na krupaya iti. They did not think you went away by compassion. Iti tvam maharatha Duryodhana pravate. Duryodhana and others. The Maharati is a technical term. So they are all Maharatis, great warriors. So one single-handed can fight with so many, some definition is there. So these Maharathis will think like that you have gone away by fear. Yesham cham tam tam Duryodhanadinam. Yesha means for whom Duryodhana others. Bhaumato bhuvi gunayukta iti. You are a great man. Many qualities in you that see. Evam bhaumato bhutva. And you were like that. Puna yasyasi ladham lagu bhavam. You will become small in their mind. Avachya vadanshya bahun vadishyanti tavahita nindantas tava samarthyam tato dukkhataram nukim kimcha. Moreover, avachya vadanshya bahun tava ahita, your enemy will go on talking something very bad about you, which should not be talked about. Like that they will talk about you. Many things, many such things they will talk. They will decry your valor. What will be more sorrowful than that? When you will hear your own criticism like that. What more sorrow will be there? Arjuna is telling that this is a reply to Arjuna's thought that more sorrow than killing these people. He said, more sorrow than hearing these things about you. Kimcha avachavadan avaktavya that should not be talked about like that talks. Cha bahun aneka prakaran, so many times. Vadishanti tava ahita shatrun nindanta kutsavanta, they will badly criticize tava tvadiyam samarthyam nimata kavachadi yutna nimittam. So many things were shown. Fighting with Shiva. There is another incident, Nimata Kavacha. They were some terrible fighters. Nimata Kavacha, story is not given here, but he was a great fighter. And Arjuna had occasion of fighting with him, that all that fame will go away when they say you ran away by fear. And others. So Arjuna has fought against so many famous warriors. He is not afraid of that, but all that will be washed. तस्मात् ततो निंदा प्राप्ते दुःखा दुःखतरम नुकिम तथा कष्टतरम दुःखम नास्ति इत्यर्थः. So there is no more painful sorrow than such criticism. हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्माद् उत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः. Now what will be the result? You said we don't know you'll win or not. If you are killed, you are going to heaven. If you win, you are getting the kingdom. Relatively talk, huh? So get up, O son of Kunti, get up, having resolved to fight. So all this is not mandate to fight, but you had made that resolve, come back to that, remove your doubts. That is the thing. Yuddhe puna kriyamane karnadivi. So if you do war, what will happen? Karna, etc. may kill you at the most. Hato va prapsesi swargam. Hata san swargam prapsesi. So what will happen maximum? Karna and others will kill you. You will go to heaven. Jitva va karnadin. And if you conquer Karna and others, Karna is being mentioned again and again. Adi, of course, is there. In Bhashya, Shuran mokshase mahin. If you kill those heroes, you will enjoy the earth. Uvayathapi tava lavayava iti abhipraya. The meaning is that both ways is your gain. Yata evam tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krutu nishchayo jeshyami shatrun marishyami va. So what is the nishya you have to do? I will win the enemies or I will die. Both sides may gain. Iti nishayam krutva. So that is the nishya you can do. You cannot do nishya, I will win. I will win or I will die. That is one of the things about I will fight. Now, all this is fight, fight, fight. That means do your duty, do your duty, do your duty. Now, doing duty itself is not sadhana. Talk is still relative. But an important spiritual lesson Bhagavan is giving here. Very important. That is the very theme of the second chapter. Later on we shall see. So all this relative talk has been given. you will win or not. Don't think of those things now. Pleasure and pain, just make them same. That is the great lesson of the second chapter. What is karma yoga? Do your duty without thinking of pleasure and pain, that matra sparshastu, without thinking gain or loss, without thinking whether you will win or lose. If you fight in that spirit, then there is no sin. This is directly in reply to Arjuna's sense of sin. It is a great spiritual point. Doing your duty may appear a cruel duty, but if the duty is done with this attitude, it is never gives you sin. Never, never, never. I will win. No, that is a bad idea, wrong idea. I want to gain. That is a wrong idea. I will get pleasure. That is a wrong idea. It is my duty to fight, so I am fighting without consideration of pleasure or pain, without consideration of loss or gain, without consideration of victory or defeat. Then such is the sadhana marga. For a Kshatriya, for all of us, doing our duty without consideration of these things is the correct sadhana. Why you are doing this? Because it is my duty. Not because I will have pleasure or I will gain or all that. No. So, such performance of the duty is the Swadharma, your path, which will not necessarily take you to heaven. If you do like this, then it will take you to moksha. That is your path. So, within that relative talk, this a powerful lesson for spirituality has come. Powerful lesson for the beginners, those who are engaged in their duty. If they do duty in this way, then there is no sin. Whatever may be the form of the duty. Acharya says, Tatra yuddham swadharmamiti evam yuddham anasya upadesham evam shurna. So you are going to fight because it is your duty. How to fight? With what attitude to do your duty? Yuddhamanasya, once you are engaged in your own duty, what is the upadesham? What is the guideline for him? That listen. Listen to the guideline for one who is engaged in his duty. Sukha dukkha samet tulye krutva. Pleasure and pain are made equal. That means you are not getting affected by pleasure or pain. Consideration of pleasure or pain is not there. Ragadvesha krutva. Shankara has added this. Attachment or hatred, you are not affected by that. Iti etat. So, samay, sukha dukkha samay, due to attachment and aversion. Attachment and hatred. That is the cause of sukha dukkha. Because you will kill and all that, attachment. Tatha labha labho, jaya jayucha, samokrutva, tato yuddhaya yujasva ghatasva. So engage in duty like this. Na evam yuddham kurvat. If you do duty in this way, papam avapsasi iti, you will not get sin there. Esha upadesha prasangika. This is upadesha real for sadhak. But Shankar, summing up all this talk, says that all this is incidental. That means from a lower plane. In reply to Arjuna's talk from the lower plane. So he says, Esha. Esha means not this shloka. Esha means from that Sadharmam api up to this point, all this was incidental. That means not according to the higher spirit, but according to the relative considerations. Now, he has, in a way, though incidentally, but he has, in a way, introduced the attitude required for one who is engaged in karma. But at this point, he sums up all the talk from Shloka 11 to 30 and says, now this is the important shloka, very important shloka 39. Esha te abhita sankhe buddhir yoge tu imam shrunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prasyasi. Esha, up till now, shloka 11 to 30. Abhita sankhe buddhi. Sankhe means men of knowledge have this view that I have told up till now. All the talk 11 to 30, including small relativity there itself of the knowledge. It is the bodha, it is the attitude, concept, vision, view of the jnanis, of the men who have reached perfection, how they think that I have told. Obviously, you have not yet reached that. And so, here Swadharma point had come. So, now, during your duty performance, during your karma yoga, during your path which requires external activity, all of us, which requires external activity, there also the attitude derived from the real attitude that I shall narrate now. Though he has told a little of that in the previous shloka, but he says, now I shall narrate. So understand, two bodhas, the jnani has that view. You don't have. You will get that when after doing your duty you get purification and then jnana will come and then you will culture that. But till then, when you are doing your duty, when you are doing karma yoga, then you require an applied vision. That is their vision. You require an applied vision. I shall tell you now. Though, as I said, here, just touched upon that. So, very important shloka, he divides clearly and tells that their vision was like that. Now, the vision required by people like you, I am telling now. And what is the quality of that vision? Yaya, he Partha, yaya buddhya yukto, when you become connected with that concept, connected with that attitude, connected with that consciousness, bhava, then you will destroy the bondage of karma. So karma is a bondage. Because I shall do karma, I am the doer, itself is a bondage. That creates impression upon impression. You get a outside fruit also, and you are born again and again due to those impressions. So that is the bandhan of karma. But if karma is done with the proper attitude, then it does not lead to this type of result. It leads to purification. Knowledge is born and you go to your ultimate benefit. So that buddhi, I will tell you now, that applied attitude, applied from the real jnani's attitude, dependent on that attitude itself, but applied to a man of karma, that I shall narrate now. So it's an important division point. शंकर says, शोको मोह अपनयनाय लौकिको न्याय सदनोपि चावेक्ष इत्यादि श्लोके उक्तो न तु तात्पर्य. He reminds Bhagavan is not giving that as the final dictum, tatparya. That is not the direction of Bhagavan's deed. But to remove shok and moha, he had given laukiko, what the ordinary people's moral view. That is what was given. Nyaya means moral sense of duty. Morality is Nyaya. So, morality according to common people, he has told. Natu tatparena, not as the ultimate thought. Morality of the ordinary people has been told. Paramartha darshanam tu prakrutam, but the running context was of absolute truth. Tatya uktam, that has been told up to shloka 30. In between this had come uktam upasamvarati, that has to be concluded to tell something new. Eshate abhitayate shastra vishaya vibhaga pradarsanaya. For that this shloka will divide how the shastras tell something for the karmis and tell something for the jnanis. So that division is referred to in the shloka. Here he darshite puna shastra vishaya vibhage. So here shastra vishaya vibhag, division is being shown. Uparishtat, jnana yogena sankyanam karma yogena. In the third chapter again, he will refer to that. Iti nishtha dvaya vishayam shastram sukham pravartishyate shrotara. So now here itself, if it is introduced, then later on when it is clearly defined, the hearer, not only Arjuna, all of us will get it easily. Che vishaya vibhagena sukham rahishanti iti. They will, sukham means easily, they will receive the vishaya vibhag, the division of instructions. That is the idea. Ata, therefore, he is telling, Esha te tubhyam, te means tubhyam. Avita ukta, told. Sankhe, paramartha tu eka vishaya buddhi jnanam. Buddhi here means jnanam, buddhi here means the bodha, buddhi here means the consciousness. Though in the form of view, vision. Sankhya means paramartha vastu eka vishaya. Those who have the right discrimination about the ultimate truth, their vision has been told. Sakshat shoka mohadi sansara hetu dosha nivritti karanam. And that is the direct means of giving you perfection and moksha, removing the seeds of this sansara, shoka and moha, which are seeds of transmigration. Directly it removes that knowledge. Yogetu tat prapti upaye is very, very important clause. Yoga, what is yoga? Yoga is not Patanjali yoga always. In the colloquium of every chapter we have seen Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. So yoga means the practical knowledge about how to come to that knowledge of the perfect man. Yoga to tat means that knowledge. Prapti upaye. The method of getting that knowledge, which is the means of the ultimate goal. Knowledge is the means of ultimate goal. Change of consciousness is the means of the ultimate goal. But to get that consciousness, we require certain practices, and that is called Karma Yoga. So yoga here means Karma Yoga. Yoge tu tat prapti upaye. This clause, please remember. Shankara's definition of yoga here in this chapter, Karma Yoga chapter, is tat prapti upaye. निसंगतया द्वद्ध प्रहणपूर्वकम ईश्वर आराधनार्थे कर्म योगे कर्मानुष्ठाने समाधि योगे च इमाम अनंतरम एव उच्चमानां बुद्धिम शृणु. So tatprapti upay Shankar narrates in brief according to Gita. Nisangataya, without attachment, dvanda prana purakam, not thinking of that sukha dukkha or labha labh jaya jaya or any such duels. Why you are doing your duty? For worshipping God only, nothing else, for worshipping God only. So this Shankar has introduced here in this Karma Yoga topic. Not only doing your duty, not only doing your duty without gain, without expectation, without ego, but also dedicated to God. Then it becomes Yoga Buddhi. That view, that consciousness, that attitude of the Karma Yogis, which is the upaya of getting Jnana Yoga. Then Karma Yoga, Karmanusthane Samadhi Yoga. Karma Yoga, it has some additional factor. You are doing karma, but joining your mind to God, joining your mind to your ultimate goal of life and doing karma. Samadhi means joining mind to God, mind to the ideal of life. So doing karma and putting mind to ideal of life, for such a man, I shall tell what is the proper attitude, what is the proper consciousness. Imam Anantaram eva ucham. So immediately now he is going to tell that the consciousness for such a man. Tam buddhim stauti prarochanartham, and he is showing the efficacy of that type of buddhi so that Arjuna will become eager to get that. We shall all become eager to know about it. Buddhyaya yoga vishaya yukto, yoga vishaya, that consciousness necessary in karma yoga, preparatory yoga, yukto hi hai partha, karma bandham, karma eva dharma dharmakya bandham. Karma means right or wrong, and that is the bondage of punya and pap. Karma bandha, tam prahasyasi, Ishwara prasada nimitta jnana prapta iti. Here also, Ishwara's grace here. See, you should all read Shankar's commentary on the Bhagavad Gita is the basis of any Vedantic understanding. These ideas will not get directly in the Upanishad Shankar commentary. And only reading Upanishad Shankar's commentary is not full Vedanta. We are taught Prasthana Traya, threefold means of going to moksha. The Upanishads, Gita, and Vyasa's Brahma Sutra. So Gita is an important part of that Prasthana Traya. Smriti Prasthana or whatever. It has the value of the Upanishad. But this is one superiority of the Gita is that avatar we have seen. Other superiority of the Gita is that it is comprehensive. Upanishads, there is not much talk of karma. But Gita is telling about that karma also. So, see what the Gita Shankar Bhashya says. Ishvara Radhanarthe Karma Yoge. Ishvara Prasada Nimitta Jnana Prapte. Self-effort is what the Jnanis will go on saying. But it is God's grace which gives you that knowledge, which gives you the purification by karma, which gives you knowledge. In Shankara's book, Aparokshanubhuti, he has said, we should do our duty with thinking of God. Then God gives us grace. And God's grace gives us fitness for jnana. Same idea here. So, great shloka. Great shloka with Shankar's commentary. Now, some more points about that buddhi, that dharma. Neha avikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato vayat asya dharmasya. So here we see another thing. Dharma, normally righteousness. But here, and dharma also means your way to moksha. So here, asya dharmasya, this dharma. That means separated dharma, not jnana and karma separation, but righteous dharma giving you heaven and Ishwararpana dharma giving you moksha. So, asya dharmasya. This religion means Ishvara Arpana Buddhi, religion taking you to moksha. There are some very special features of this religion, this righteousness, which are not there in the Punyakarak Dharma. Iha means in this Dharma, Mokshakarak Dharma. Avikrama Nasha na asti. Avikrama Nash means in that Punyakarak Dharma, suppose you are going to do some punya, 16 times a Chaturthi or Ekadashi or Chaturthi. Now, suppose you start well, but are not able to continue, then that what you began goes away. Unless you complete a ritual, you are not going to get any result of that. Nothing you will get. Avikrama Nash. Here, even if you do a little, that much spirituality you have gained immediately. You will go on adding to that later on. So, whatever you begin in that religion gets lost. In this religion, whatever you gain spiritually is never lost. First important point. Distinction between that and this. Pratyavai, there, suppose you are required to worship with 108 Bilopatras. And if along with that Bilopatra some thorns come, you will get the opposite result. In the ritualistic portion, whatever you do has to be meticulously done. If mistake is done, you will get the reverse result. There is a big example for that. The Asuras wanted to do a religion, sacrifice, by which somebody will kill Indra, the god of gods, the king of gods will die. That was the idea. So in the mantra chanting in that sacrifice, Indra Shatru was the word. But then they say conspiracy and Saraswati and whatever. The pronunciation became Indra Shatru, which means that Indra will be his killer. Such opposite result happened by slight mistake. That thing is not here. These slight mistakes are in children's language not counted at all. Your attitude is proper. Here the main question of spiritual attitude. No consideration of duality, Ishvara Aradhanarthe, Ishvara Prityarthe. That is the only thing here. A small mistakes, who thinks of that? Not that deliberately is going to do mistakes, but if mistakes happen, we come out of that. That will not affect our spiritual sadhana. So, this 40 shloka also is very important. Shows the distinction between virtue, religion giving you sarga, and righteousness dedicated to God with particulars, then you go to towards moksha. We will read the commentary tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday. Commentary to 40, we will read day after tomorrow. Om Om Paratatve No. Om Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duhe Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Prapanna parijataya totravitraikapanaye jnanamudraya krishnaya Gitamrita duhe namaha.